What's up? How are you all? Welcome to Smart Bricks. जो हमारे पुराने viewers हैं, they already know what Smart Bricks is all about. हमारे नए viewers के लिए let me decipher what exactly Smart Bricks has to offer. So guys, Smart Bricks is a platform that basically simplifies technology for everyone. We get you the latest updates, the latest trends and the latest news when it comes to technology. Also guys, whenever there is a latest gadget in the market, we try to review it and decipher it for you guys. And एक ऐसा ही रिव्यू आज मैं आपके लिए लेके आया हूँ एंड गैजेट का नाम है Oppo Find X5 Pro. जी हाँ guys, after the Oppo Find X3 Pro ये गैजेट लॉन्च हुआ है. They have missed out on the phone number because the Chinese think that the phone number is not lucky. अगर हम Android phones की in general बात करें, so they follow the Hollywood franchise movie model. Basically जो sequel होएगा उसमें आप add-ons करते जाओगे. You will add on the camera lens, आप उसका battery backup बढ़ा देंगे, आप उसका software enhance कर देंगे. But the Oppo Find series has managed to break away from the path. In fact, they have removed a camera lens also, which was there in the previous model. लेकिन आज की डेट में भी जो इसका अल्ट्रा वाइड कैमरा लेंस है, इट इज स्टिल द बेस्ट इन द मार्केट. अगर हम प्रोसेसर की बात करें, तो इस पे आपको मिलेगा Snapdragon Qualcomm 8 Gen 1 processor, which is the latest processor in the market. अगर हम बैटरी की बात करें, तो इसमें you will get 5000 mAh battery. अगर हम बॉडी की बात करें, so it is made of ceramic material. So these are some of the features जो कि इसमें है, लेकिन we will be doing a complete detailed review of this phone. This is guys a great phone and मैं आपको बताऊंगा एक फीचर इस फोन के बारे में. Before we start with the video, do give our channel a like, a share and a subscribe. So guys, let's start with the video. Alright guys, so it's time for the unboxing. So we have our Oppo Find X5 Pro 5G device in front of us. The packaging looks quite elite and nice. It's got a nice silver and grey tone attached to it. So let's just see what's there inside the box. So when you open the box, it's almost as if a mystery box kind of feel that you get. So there's another box, the big and the dabba. Let's just see case the big and the kya hai. So you get a SIM ejector tool. Then there's a user guide, the manual guide, and also there's a protective case that you get. The quality of this case is really good guys. Then we have our main device जो कि wrapped है एक paper के अंदर just to protect it from any scratches or any kind of dust. So when you open it, there's a nice feel that is attached to this device. I can't wait to use this device. Honestly, a really good device. It's got a nice feel good factor. Well, apart from this, आपको मिलता है 80 watts का superbook charger. It's a 3-point plug, so that's something that you get. And also, you get a USB cable जिससे आप अपने फोन को चार्ज कर सकते हैं. Overall, the packaging and the compartmentalization is also really good. So, all in all, a good packaging. एक flagship phone से, this is what you expect at the end of the day, right, guys? Alright guys, so it's time to talk about the pricing and design and build of this beautiful phone. Well, talking about the pricing first, it is priced at 1299 euros in the European market. In the Indian market, it is yet to be launched. Well, it will be getting launched on 14th of March 2022. So we will get to know about the pricing really soon. अगर हम इसके variant की बात करें, so it comes with the variant of 256GB internal storage with the RAM space of 12GB. Talking about the design and build of this phone, well, honestly, the design and build of this phone is really cool. मैंने अपनी लाइफ में बहुत सारे phones पकड़े हैं guys, but this is probably one of the best phones that मैंने पकड़ा है अपनी लाइफ में. The ceramic body is really cool and honestly बाकी phones में आज की डेट में you get the glass finish, but the ceramic body which is there, it makes this phone much more durable and it is also IP68 water resistant. So अगर इस पे पानी के छींटे या स्प्लैशेस आ जाएंगे, so इस फोन को कुछ नहीं होएगा. And the ceramic body is actually really good guys. मतलब एक अलग लेवल की फिनिश आ रही है इस फोन में all together. It's got a nice glassy finish and it is scratch free and it's got a nice finish at the end of the day. Also guys, the camera setup at the back is really good. It's got an asymmetrical kind of a setup at the back and it's got a curvy kind of a setup and इन लोगों ने अपना एक lens कम करा है in comparison to the previous phone. But at the end of the day, the overall camera setup is really cool. It is powered by the Meri Silicon, which is the latest technology that is out there in the world in today's time. अगर हम key control areas की बात करें, so on the right hand side you have the power key button. On the left hand side you have the volume keys. and नीचे जब आप जाएंगे, so in the middle you will get the Type C charging port. On the left hand side you have the SIM card tray. ये फोन सपोर्ट करता है dual SIM card, so basically इसमें आप 2 SIM card डाल सकते हैं. 5G टेक्नोलॉजी भी enabled है इसमें, and the SIM card that you will have to insert would be the nano SIM card. On the right hand side there is the speaker grill and the microphone that is attached.
Let's talk about the specifications, guys. Let's dive deep into the actual detailing of Oppo Find X5 Pro. Talking about the build, well, it's got a ceramic frame back, aluminium chassis and Gorilla Glass Victus front. Talking about the dimensions and weight, the dimensions are of 163.7 into 73.9 into 8.5 mm and the weight is of 218 grams. It's got a 6.7-inch WQHD plus OLED 2nd Gen LTPO calibration display. Talking about the processor, well, the processor is of Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. Talking about the RAM and storage, it comes with 12GB LP DDR5 RAM and 256GB UFS 3.1 storage. Talking about the battery and charging, well, it's got a battery of 5000 mAh, 80 watt Super VOOC wired fast charging, 50 watt Air VOOC wireless fast charging, reverse wireless charging support. Talking about the security, it's got an in-display fingerprint sensor. Let's talk about the cameras. Well, it comes with 3 cameras. Primary camera is of 50 megapixel Sony IMX766. Secondary camera is of 50 megapixel ultra wide angle Sony IMX766. Tertiary camera is of 13 megapixel 2x telephoto. The front camera is of 32 megapixel Sony IMX709. Talking about the port, it's got a USB Type-C 3.1 port. Talking about the connectivity, well, it has an NFC Bluetooth 5.2. Talking about the software, well, it's got a Color OS 12.1 based on Android 12 software. Let's talk about the software, guys. Well, the Find X5 Pro runs on Android 12 with Color OS 12.1 on top. There are subtle changes to the Color OS. The first is that Oppo has adopted the Google Pixel 6 Pro's default one-hand mode, which brings the entire screen down to the mid-screen point. It's a complete copy of iOS's reachability. I'm not a fan of this one-hand mode as I find the previous Oppo method, also the same method used by Samsung, Vivo, etc. of shrinking the screen both in height and width into a lower corner is more intuitive. Another new feature is the ability to launch floating window mode for almost any app with just a single thumb gesture. Swipe up higher than usual, then hold for a beat. This method seems natural and intuitive to me, and the animations of the app being swiped up into a floating state even makes sense. On a Xiaomi or Samsung device, launching floating windows is a clunky affair requiring 3 or more steps. Swipe up and hold to go into an app overview, multitasking pane, then long press on the app icon, then select floating window. Most users are not going to realize those complicated steps will lead to floating window, so this simpler gesture is much more intuitive and natural. This useful gesture summarizes Color OS for me. It's software that is full of useful shortcut gestures. For example, grabbing a screenshot with a 3-finger swipe down is easier for me than needing to long press power and volume down button. Off-screen gestures allow me to control music playback or launch the camera without ever waking up the screen. Let's talk about the camera, guys. Talking about the main camera, well, the Find X5 Pro's main camera is excellent. It has a relatively large 1x1.56 inch image sensor and a responsive shutter. The aperture is slightly faster this year at 1.7 frames per second, which helps it take in more light. This main camera also doesn't need to resort to night mode often. Low light performance is excellent with accurate colors and relatively low noise. Talking about the ultra wide camera, last year when Find X3 Pro was launched, I thought its ultra wide camera was the best of any smartphone because it managed to produce a wider frame without losing many details from the standard mains camera shot. Find X5 Pro continues this trend because the ultra wide camera uses the exact same image, sensor and sensor size as the main camera. Talking about the zoom lens, the Find X5 Pro only has a single 13 megapixel 2x telephoto camera. It's an ideal focal length for portraits and 2x zoom photos are sharp and well detailed. However, for anything beyond 2x zoom, the quality drops off. Overall, I am very happy with the Find X5 Pro's camera system, but I think Oppo needs to consider bringing back the periscope zoom next year.
Alright guys, so time for an overall verdict. When talking about the design and the body of the phone, this phone feels really good in your hands. Talking about watching videos on this phone, well, I had a gala time, especially while I was watching videos. When I was lying on my sofa, I had a real good time because of the good speakers, the high resolution rate, and the good display that this phone has to offer. I'm not much of a gamer, but honestly, I didn't face any issues while gaming. That is something that is also a positive that this phone has to offer. Talking about the camera, well, the ultra wide lens is still one of the best in the market. Also guys, talking about the battery, even though the battery is of 5000 mAh, still it's not of a very high quality, but also it's something that you can do with. Well, overall, it's a really good phone. It's a really good flagship phone that Oppo has launched. So you guys can definitely consider buying this phone. So guys, this was our review of the Oppo Find X5 Pro. Well, I hope that you like this video. For more such amazing videos from my end, you need to like, share and subscribe our channel. Until the next video guys, stay happy and stay safe.